Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. So the Washington Commanders and Terry McLaurin saga just took another turn. There's a little bit of an update. We're going to talk about that. Also, Washington Commanders rookies reported today or are still reporting. So we'll talk about that and much more. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well. Just hit 15,600. Appreciate you guys for that. Let's hit 15,700 in the next couple days. So let's get into it. And I know people don't love the social media stuff, but I did see a couple people asking me about it on Twitter, not on YouTube yet, just because it did just happen 30 minutes ago. But let's talk about this. So the Commanders posted on their, Twitter, and this has nothing to do with the team itself, really. Like the team didn't really do anything here. But basically they go over some of the people that have gotten, in the organization that have gotten married this year, or are going to get married. You see, Mike Sanders still there. I believe that's Noah Igbenogany. And then I'm trying to see here. There's Colston Yankoff, and I believe, I think that's Ben Sinnott. So you see those. One guy that's missing from this list who did get married this offseason, I believe he got married or he's getting married, but I'm pretty sure he did get married like a couple months back. And Terry's not on this list. And I don't know why he's not on this list. I mean, it could be because of the contract negotiations. It could be because it happened early in the offseason and maybe some of these recently happened. I know the Mike Sanders still, he just recently proposed to now his fiancee. So I don't know. We're reading too much into this. Is turning into a freaking telenovela. But I want to get into the other part of it where Terry McLaurin reacts to all this. And that is the biggest thing here because, again, the team itself, Adam Peters is not running this, Twitter account. Dan Quinn isn't. It's, whoever runs it. It's an intern or, the intern doesn't run it, but he or she might be posting the tweets or whoever is in charge of it. I don't know. That doesn't matter. We just know it's not someone who has anything to do with, the team football decisions. But Terry McLaurin still took offense to it. And you see this tweet right here. This was really early on, I guess. He quote tweets it. And this is not Terry McLaurin, by the way. And he quote tweets it saying absolutely disrespectful. Whatever. It's just a fan account. That doesn't mean a lot. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything. But what does mean something is Terry McLaurin. And he liked it. And you could say, this screenshot is from whatever. I talked to Brandon, my guy here, who posted this. He's not the one who posted this tweet, but he got a screen recording from the guy, and it shows that it was Terry. So Terry thinks that the Commanders posting that is absolutely disrespectful. So Terry McLaurin's mad. And, he's not happy right now with the Commanders. And, seems like it's been built-in tension for a while now. And, the last month with no contact, which, some teams do that. I was listening to Ian Rappaport talking about the whole situation, and he kind of said that. But the fact that, that happened, and then they had the press conference, he did not seem happy about that. And maybe he was expecting, and, we talked about this, that, that press conference and stuff like that is part of the negotiation tactics, and it's part of trying to get more pressure on the Commanders to make a deal. And I think maybe Terry McLaurin expected that to put pressure on the Commanders and maybe force some negotiations to happen after that. And, it's only been, a couple days, 2-3 days, but I'm assuming nothing's really happened. And, they post this, he's looking at it, and just tweets absolutely, or not tweets, he likes a tweet saying absolutely disrespectful. And, it's not directly saying, to Terry McLaurin, but you can assume that, this guy is talking about, it's being disrespectful to Terry. And yeah, it is what it is. I don't think it's a big deal, them posting it. Just again, maybe they're asked not to really post Terry content right now, or, again, it could just have nothing to do with that even, just because Terry got married early on in the offseason in like February from what I saw, and he did get a post then, but obviously things were a lot different in February than they are now in July 18th. So, just some things to think about here. Terry's not happy. It is what it is. There's nothing, the fans really can do about it except for get mad and put pressure on the team. And hey, maybe that has an effect. I don't think it has a big effect, but, it doesn't hurt. But, I think it's still going to happen. I, listened to Ian Rappaport, and he said that he thinks a deal will get done. But the question is when. Will it be middle of training camp? Will it be right before the season starts? Will it be next offseason? He didn't specify. It would be great if it would be done these next few days. They report the 22nd, and the first practice will be on the 23rd, which is a Wednesday. So just keep those dates in mind. Would love a deal to get done on the 22nd or before. That's Tuesday. And he said in the press conference he doesn't know if he's going to report or not for training camp if he doesn't have a deal. I mean, obviously, if he gets a deal done, he's going to be there for training camp. But if he doesn't get a deal done, is he going to go? And then not the question, it's going to be a distraction. If he is there and there's no deal done, it's going to be the only thing people talk about. The only thing people talk about. And if he's not there, it's worse because it's still going to be distraction, and he's not getting those reps with Jaden and the rest of the offense, which is necessary. Jaden and Terry worked together last year, but, only one season, and Terry, knows the offense, but again, only one season, and that's not the biggest deal, but there's new guys on the team. Jalen Lane, you got, Debo Samuel, you got some new offensive linemen, and you want them to get as, much chemistry as possible. So Terry holding out for training camp, it is a deal. It is a deal in my opinion. And I would love for, it not to be a big deal, but I think, it's starting to become a big deal. I just want to see if anything else was posted, nothing else. But that's kind of just what I wanted to talk about on the Terry front. I know people don't really love the social media stuff, but I did want to talk about that. He is clearly frustrated, probably more than I thought, even after the press conference. And he's not really a guy, like I said, to do a lot of these social media stuff. So for him to like that, and he knows it's going to be, it's public information. I mean, I guess now with the way Twitter works, you can't see who likes other people's posts, but if someone likes your post, you can see. So he knows that it could possibly get out. He doesn't care. Possibly, just another negotiation tactic, but it's just a matter of, how close they're going to get to a deal, if they can get to the right number, obviously. And in terms of rookies reporting, I didn't see anything from, the Commanders on that front in terms of posting it. It's happening today, or it happened today. All the rookies are signed, which is good news. The 22nd was when that was supposed to, they were supposed to report today, and Trey Amos' second round pick was the only guy that was not signed. So he got signed. He's good to go. I don't believe the details have been, released for that deal or the Von Miller deal. So when that happens, specifically the Von Miller one, I'll make a video for that. And if the Trey Amos details are, revealed, then I'll talk about that as well. Maybe do also a cap space update video. Let me know in the comment section if that's something you guys want to, get an update on, see how the Von Miller, Trey Amos deals have affected things, and, if, we can, how a Terry deal would fit into all of it. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Maybe not, because it's not necessarily a great update, but thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.